Hello everybody, we are big time testing audio right now. Please let me know, how does the audio sound? Am I all grumbly? Because last time we were live streaming I was grumbly, but I got a new cord, and so I think I fixed the microphone. So I really need feedback. So please let me know in the chat. Do I sound grumbly? Does the audio sound weird? Please let me know as soon as you can. Because I don't want the same repeat of last time. Alright, be on soon. It does sound grumbly. No! Okay, I'm gonna try to fix this before we get going. Okay, I changed microphones. Let me see if this fixed anything. How do I sound? Do I sound all weird? Please let me know. Okay, I'm pretty sure it was that thing that we had on screen. So I took it off to see if maybe it would fix the audio, because I think it's my like, I don't know, I think it's something weird happening. But let me know how it sounds. Okay, that sounded less crackly to me, but the audio still sounds quiet. It sounds like I'm really talking really quiet, right? Is that just me? Okay, I turned my audio up and the audio on the desktop down slightly. Maybe that helped. Did I fix it? Why do I sound so quiet still? I don't understand. Yeah, it really makes no sense why I'm crackly, why the microphone gets crackly when I put things on the screen, but like the audio does, the background music doesn't. Also, the mic audio is just low, for some reason. And I got a new cord, and I tried 2 different microphones. So I don't think it's that. I think it's like, I don't know. It feels like it's my actual computer or like the system that I'm using. I don't know. I'm hoping here. I'm just gonna try to make like one note for a while, and then see if like that sounds crackly at all. Ah, ba ba ba. Well, I said ba 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 there. Okay, let me try this again. Beep. Okay, let's see if that sounded crackly at all. That sounded crackly to me. Like we got a crackle there, in my opinion. I don't know if it's a driver update. I have no idea why this is even happening out of nowhere. I'm not sure. Let me keep looking at it. By the way, we are voting right now in the chat for what we're making. So if you want to vote right now, whatever we vote for is going to become a free pattern on the website for this weekend. So go ahead and vote now before the stream starts. Okay, I also turned the desktop. Oh wait, sorry, hold on. There we go. I also turned the desktop, like the music down pretty significantly because it just felt like it was overtaking everything. So, oh, I see why it was overtaking everything because I had it on twice. Okay, I think I fixed the background music being like crazy loud also. Sorry about all the technical difficulties, but I'm glad we're doing this before we actually hit go this time. So yeah, let me know how everything sounds now. Alright, sorry about all that delay. Let's get rocking and rolling. And assume that audio is going to stay working. Here we go. Hi, everybody. Hello, welcome to the stream. Oh, wait, hold on. I think because I have this on, it's going to be funky with us. So let me go ahead and delete this. Actually, you know what? Let's see if I fixed anything at all. Or do I sound... Oh, wait, never mind. I just deleted it. Doesn't matter. Okay. What just happened? There we go. All right. Let me fix that now. Because now this can be centered. Because we don't have that community submissions up, unfortunately. So sorry about that. I really wanted those up today. Oh, no. We even lost the thing on the... Oh, my gosh. Everything is wonky. All right. We can fix that. There we go. Hi everybody, sorry about all the technical difficulties again. I literally tested it last night, so I was like, oh, okay, it's definitely gonna work. But something's wonky. For some reason, maybe it is a driver update, or maybe it's like something weird. I don't know. Is it still crackly for you now that I turned off that? Yeah, okay, it fixed it. I don't know what it is, but whenever I have those community submissions on, the stream is like, I don't want to sound good. I want to sound bad. I don't want anybody to see things that they made. It's such a frustrating problem. I don't really get why it's even happening. So, I don't know. Maybe I need to update like everything and anything, but yeah. Hi, everybody. How have you guys been? How have you been? What you been up to? What you been making? What you been working on? What you been thinking about? What you been listening to? What you been watching? Hi. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you had a great week. And today is going to make your week even better because we're going to crochet something together live because why not? That's just a fun, cool thing to do nowadays. It's a cool thing to do, hip and with it, to crochet something together. I am wild and crazy. Here we go. Today we're crocheting something that you want to vote on. We are voting currently on what we're making. We're voting on the horizontal live stream, not the portrait, by the way. So if you're watching portrait mode right now, switch to the horizontal mode. There is a link at the top of the chat for that. So go check that out. There is still an occasional crackle. Well, I think we're going to have to deal with the occasional crackle at this point because I have tried to fix everything. Thank you. Look at our little barista brought us a coffee. Thank you. You're the best. It's a little strong, she said. Well, that's all right. Ooh. Necessary strength. So today we're crocheting something together live. We are currently voting on what that thing might be. First, we voted on a theme. We voted between plants, space, sweets, and sea life. You guys chose between all of those, and we have chosen down to space. So we're making something space themed today. Now, what are we making space themed? Well, that's up to you. We're voting right now between UFO and alien, customized rocket ship, astronaut, or Crobot 3000, which is a robot. So vote now on that, and after I get through my introduction here, we're gonna start crocheting. We will choose colors. We are going to choose what we're gonna customize it a lot. The pattern will be free on the website. I believe I already made one of these patterns free, but it'll be free this weekend. So if you want to crochet along with us, you totally can. And yeah, all right. So if you want to crochet along with us, by the way, here are the following things you're going to need. The first is the crochet pattern. Of course, you're going to need the crochet pattern. You can find it right here on landscape. You can find it at clubcrochet.com. I'm going to put it right there on the website. It's going to be the featured pattern on the site for this weekend. So if you want to crochet along with us, there is the pattern. There's a video tutorial for it, so this live stream will not be a video tutorial. This will be a crochet along. Now, if you get stuck at any point in the pattern, this live stream is a great opportunity for me to show you where you got stuck, how to get some extra help on certain parts of the pattern, things like that. So that's the dealio, that's what we're making. If you want to crochet along with us, you're also going to need the following materials. Now, I'm using all worsted weight yarn and 100% cotton. It's just my favorite kind of yarn to use for what I like to make, which is amigurumi. You can really use any kind of yarn you want. I have made a lot of these space-themed patterns with giant blanket yarn, which makes a huge piece. So you can use kind of any kind of yarn you want. The thing you want to look out for, though, is make sure to use the right crochet hook for whatever yarn you're using. So we're using worsted weight cotton yarn, so I'm using a size G 4mm crochet hook. It's just the best hook to use for worsted weight yarn. You'll also need a darning needle to sew in hard to reach stitches and some scissors for cutting stuff. We might also probably want to use safety eyes. I don't know what size safety eyes I'm going to be using today, but safety eyes are really helpful. Look at this. I have these little teeth now that I've been 3D printing also. We'll talk about that later too. It's been one heck of a week. I've been working on a whole bunch of projects, so I'm excited to tell you all about that. And let's find out what we're making now. I think we've done enough talking. Let's figure it out. We are making UFOs and aliens. Okay, so we got UFOs and aliens. Let's vote. I think we're going to make the UFO classic mode, but we'll customize the alien pretty significantly. So let's go and maybe we'll customize the UFO a little bit too. I'm totally open to thoughts. So if you're in the chat and you're like, hey, what if you did this? What if you made the alien like that? What if the spaceship had this thing about it? Let me know in the chat. I am super open to suggestions right now. But the first thing is, what color should we make the alien? So we're going to start there. And I'll throw in some regular options like purple, green, maybe cyan. We don't have a cyan one. Maybe orange. We don't have an orange alien either. So we'll vote for one of those four. Yeah. Yes, definitely, Carol. Okay, so we're going to vote for one of those four. So that is going to be between purple, green, cyan, and orange. Vote now on that. Here, let me get the colors out for you so you can see what we're actually voting for. And green. Okay, so these are the four color options. Boom. So we got purple, orange, cyan, green. So choose one of those four colors for our alien. Now for the Carol asked, can the alien be sitting in the UFO? Heck yes, it can be sitting in the UFO. For sure. For sure, dude. So we're gonna make it sitting in the alien or sitting in the UFO. So to do that, I probably should pull up the crochet pattern. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna get that set up right now as well, so I can crochet the pattern with us. So I'm just gonna search on the site because I have our website developer adding it as the featured pattern on the website, so it's really easy to find. But if you want to find it also on the site, just search it. If you go to the website, you can just search right there, and so you can find it really easy. It's already free, so you don't need a login or nothing. It should just be easy squeezy to get to it. And there are a few different parts of this pattern, so we're gonna probably we need to make an alien, we need to make a whole bunch of things. So, all right, let's see what we got. What have you voted on? What? Oh, thank you so much, Tina. Okay, that's the other thing we want to talk about. If you like what's going on here and you think this is pretty cool, I would like to see them do more live streams just like this, well, you can support this channel. That would be super helpful and help me know what to put more resources into, like in this live stream. So if you really like these live streams, you think they're really cool and you want to support this channel, there's a few ways you can do so. Probably the easiest, bestest way is just to like this video down below and subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. Hit the little like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you don't miss when we come out with live stream crochet alongs. We do ones probably every single week, so we're pretty often in here. So like down below, subscribe to the channel. If this video gets, let's go with 125. If this video gets 125 likes, we're going to do a giveaway next live stream. We did not hit that goal last time, so we're going to try to hit it this time. Try to like this video, 125 likes to get a giveaway for our next live stream. I think that sounds pretty fun. Okay, so that is the dealio there. We talked about how to... Oh, other ways to support this channel, doi. You can support with a membership. Members are probably... That's probably the most financially beneficial way to help support this channel, and you get a lot back. Memberships start only $5.99 a month. You can get a free trial if you want to see if it's something you're interested in and cancel it at any time. Memberships get access to our entire library of tutorials. I add new ones in probably every 2 weeks now. We've been adding about a pattern every few weeks. We have a whole bunch of patterns planned for members. So if you like our patterns and you like our tutorials, get a membership. It's a great way to support this channel. And you can cancel it at any time. And honestly, it's like one of the best ways to support this channel. If you make a membership today, let me know in the chat and I'll put something out on screen for you to say thank you so much for becoming a member. That means a lot to me. So yeah, we'll throw it out in the backdrop and we'll give you a little shout out. Speaking of shout outs, another way you can get a shout out today is if you support this channel with a tip. If you'd like to, you can tip us by hitting the little dollar icon in the corner of the chat. If you tip, you will... I'll add something to the background as well. And speaking of, we already got one. So thank you so much, Tina. We are going to add something to the backdrop for Tina. Tina Bobina. Fofi-fi Fofina. Here we go. This is great. I put this guy together last night, actually. Little hermit crab for you, Tina. With a beanie on. Hermit crab with a beanie for Tina. This is going to go on the backdrop to say thank you so much for the extra tip and support. I really appreciate it, Tina. So we're going to have that in the background. If you want to add anything else to the backdrop, that's how you do it. You just tip. And you know what? We'll put him right here. He'll be on the horizontal stream. So if you're watching on portrait mode, you won't see it right now until we get a whole bunch of them. Okay. That's that. All right, what color do you guys vote for? Oh, it's a close vote, actually. Purple and cyan are like neck and neck. You know what? Should we customize our... Why don't we customize it, too? Okay, so let me draw this out while we're getting our last bits of votes here. So let me do that real quick. And for our... Oh, sorry, wait 1 second. I need to do that. There we go. Okay, for our character, I kind of think it'd be fun to draw out the alien a bit to kind of customize that. So let's draw something real quick. Probably be nice to have a pen. Oh, where are all my pens? All right, I don't know where my pens are. Here, I have a Sharpie. Or no Sharpie. Expo marker, so we'll use that. Now, I don't want to change the base of the design. I think I want it to stay relatively the same as the base. So that means that we're going to do like this will be the body of our alien. Now, the customizations come at the top. So we can add arms, we can add wings, we could add little antennae. Now, the normal one has one big eye in the center. It's a cyclops. It kind of looks like, you know what? I was just playing around with one yesterday. Where is it? Oh, Mr. Alien. Oh, that's right. Right behind me. So this is what the classic version of this looks like. So there's a little alien with a cyclops eye, and then we add one eye in there, and he's got these two little antennae. And what's cool is he's in this UFO right now. You can see he kind of pops into the UFO so we can be riding it. And the UFO itself can be popped out to be a classic looking UFO, or you can pop it in, bloop, 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 to add our little spaceship guy in there. So that's the classic pattern. I want the alien to look classic, but so that means that the bottom of this needs to stay the same. It's the top and the eye and all the facial features that we can actually kind of customize. So what kind of things do you guys want to see customized about the alien itself? Someone said, can we have a plant on its head? I love that. Or one big antenna. Ooh, we could do a big antenna with one eye. I like that idea, Kaylin. Okay, so wait, we might draw a few of these then. So I like that idea. Let's imagine, let me redraw this so that it's like we got a little bit more space at the top. What if Kaylin's idea, we go like this, and we got one eye, so we got like an eye stalk like that with an eyeball like that, you know? And then we could do some kind of like face, mouth situation so we can make them like that. Oh, that's actually super cute. That was kind of an accident, but I actually like that. Someone said a unibrow. That's a fun idea too. How about 2 giant eyes that extend around beyond the body? Carol, I like this, Carolyn. That's a good idea too. Okay, wait. We could also do arms too, so we could use those antennae things to just make like 2 little arms. That could be kind of cute. Okay, so let's do this one for the first idea. Okay, wait, we're gonna draw a few of these and we'll vote from there too. So this is gonna be a big voting episode. So we're gonna go that for our maybe first option. Now, Carolyn said, what about 2 eyes? So we go like this for the body. You know, we keep the body the same. That kind of makes things easier for us too. And around the body, 2 big eyes. So maybe we do like... Do we like the eye stalk idea? Ooh, long tentacle arms. Okay, tentacle arms we can definitely do. So we'll go... Let's do like that maybe. You know, just the idea of tentacle arms. It won't look like this exactly, but it'll be pretty close. And then someone said 2 big eyes around the body. What if they were kind of googly? You know, like this. And then like that. And then maybe we could even do like a little mouth face there. And then someone also said, I think we can either do 1 antenna or we could do, someone said unibrow, which I think sounds kind of funny. We can do both actually. So unibrow with an antenna maybe. Something like that. Or what's our third option here? So we'll label these too, and then we'll vote on which one. So what's another idea we got? So we got A. I like that, where that one's going. We got B and C. What do we want for C? Someone said they like the tentacle. Hey, hey, my dad is watching. That's cool. All right. 2 giant eyes that extend through the body. I like that. The alien on the Milky Way. I don't know what that means exactly. Crazy hair, says Melinda. Okay, crazy hair might be funny. Okay, what about like this? You know, like we do pom-poms in weird colors for like hair, and then like we can maybe like make them look kind of like they're what are those, like pigtails with pom-poms on the end. That could be kind of fun. And then I don't know, for the eyes, with a hat. Okay, with a hat. Huh. Okay, the hat maybe we'll choose at the end, because the hat could go on any 3 of these. Oh, Kaylin, I like that idea too. Okay, wait, we're gonna have a D. We're gonna have a D option also, but let's figure out an I for this one. Maybe we do like the maybe we do like a sewn. Oh, you know what? I have some like special safety eyes too. Maybe we do like 1 big. Well, let's see what we got for safety eyes. Oh, you know, we got these kind of like weird blue and red. Maybe we do like a fun, weird safety eye kind of thing, like, or maybe multitude of them. Maybe we do like 1, 2, 3 for the eyes. I don't know. Yeah, that's not. I kind of like it. And then just like a little smile. Okay, last option here. Wait, we got A, we got B, and then C. I like the idea of a mohawk with like a tentacle mohawk. Sounds really fun. So let's see how that would look. So something like this, and then antenna, 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 and then for the eyes, what do you think for the eyes for that one? 1 big eye in the middle, says lol on the portrait chat. And what about arms? Oh yeah, we didn't do arms for that one. Okay, wait, let's try for this one, let's do like 1. I like the idea of 1 big eye. So we go 1 big eye there. Really big eye. And then I don't know what to do for the mouth for that one. Let's do like that maybe. Kind of like a little, like a cat mouth a little bit. And then for the arms, for both of these ones, we need arms options. So maybe, I mean, we could just do bobble arms too. You know, we can do multitudes of them too. Maybe just do like easy arms for those. Kind of looks like ears, but it's kind of cute too. And then for this one, it's like googly eyes. That's going to be a really hard option. Sharp teeth. Okay, give her a little vampire teeth. Okay. And then maybe we do the tentacle option for the arms here. Not tentacles, but like we use the antennae for the arms, kind of like the A option. Okay, let's start with that. And then we might like change where we go with these ones, honestly. I don't know. We'll vote on these ones and then we'll be open to changing them as we go. I think that's a fun idea. So we chose, for the color, we got purple. Love it. And we'll say which alien. We got A, B, C, and D. For inspiration. Okay, so which of these drawings is the inspiration that we should utilize? So we got A will be right here, the tentacle eye kind of thing with like tentacle arms. B is like really like tentacle-y arms with one antennae and a unibrow. C is kind of like, it's kind of got these like broccoli hair thing and 3 eyes down, some teeth and some tentacle arms. And then D is mohawk tentacle, 1 big eye. And then we'll kind of work off of that. How about an astronaut helmet? Well, I don't know if that's going to work for me. Okay, so we're voting on the landscape live stream, by the way. So if you're watching it portrait, you know, you're watching it from the phone like this, you can keep putting it in the chat. That's fine. I'm getting your like suggestions from that as well. But the actual vote itself is on the landscape mode of the video. So if you want to switch over to the landscape mode to do a vote, that's where we're doing our votes today. Just because it's kind of hard to like split the vote between 2 different places. And unfortunately, YouTube really likes to push out the portrait mode of our live streams more than the landscape. But people like to watch it via landscape more than the portrait. So I kind of have to like, you know, wiggle and figure out the best way to do things. We're getting a lot of votes for C, it looks like. We got 4 votes for C in the portrait chat. But A is getting a lot of votes on the landscape. Wow, okay. I'm actually personally pro A as well. So I think I'm gonna like, my vote's going towards A. Okay, now I don't, unfortunately, my white yarn's in the other room, but I got a better option than just white yarn. For the white today, we're gonna use this yarn, which is actually glow in the dark yarn. So we're gonna use this for our white yarn. We can still use the same crochet hook and everything. Now we chose our color, so let's go ahead and throw these colors off to the side because you have voted on purple for the main color. So we're gonna do that for the main color. Do I have a ball of purple that I've already opened? Ivanda? I don't know if I do actually. I think it's time for a new ball of yarn, which is exciting. Yeah, I think it's, wow, new ball of yarn time. Here we go. Wait, let me make sure. Yeah, okay, cool. Here we go. Oh, that's the sound that it makes when you take the wrapper off of a ball of club crochet yarn. Just so you know, if you didn't, if you weren't aware, a little bit of lore about club crochet. Our balls of yarn are wound by angels, so they put a little bit of the angelic power into the yarn itself. Which we actually don't charge extra for, so it's kind of like an extra perk you get with club crochet yarn, is it has some angelic power still within the threads of the yarn, so you know, it's just kind of like pretty cool in that way. Okay. It's been a second, chat. How has everybody been, by the way? All right, let's end the vote because we got to get crocheting here. All right, we got A pretty solidly. Yeah, pretty solid A. Okay, so we're gonna go off of A. And I like that a lot, actually. I think that's a really fun idea. So the other things we're gonna need for this, so we're gonna need our purple yarn, of course, for the, oh here, let me start recording too. So we want the purple yarn for the body of our alien. We want white for the eye of the alien. I don't know how big the safety eye itself is gonna be, but the majority of this is gonna be made after the fact. So like the, I guess what I mean is like the eye stalk here is gonna, like, we're gonna make most of this body first, and then we'll add the eye stalk and eye and arms on. But the things that I need before I even get started with that is we're gonna need some purple yarn that's separate from the ball. So I'm gonna go ahead and just make like a mini ball here, because we're gonna use this to wrap around a pipe cleaner so that the eye stalk can be kind of like more customized. That's like way more yarn than we need, but you know, it's better safe than sorry. And then what else we're gonna need? We're gonna need to vote on eye size. So, oh, and we're gonna need to make the arms. Okay, so let's go ahead and make the arms real quick. Maybe we start voting. I'm trying to think of what we could vote on next so that we can get a vote going while we're crocheting. Part of me is thinking we could vote on the color of the UFO, or we could vote on the size of the eye itself. No, let's vote on the color of the UFO. Give me suggestions in the chat for what color UFO do you think would be a fun color for this color of alien. Okay? That sounds good. It can be gray. Gray is totally fine. Just go ahead and throw it in the chat, and then I will choose my 4 favorite suggestions. And if I don't get 4 different suggestions, I'll choose the other ones to fill in there. But yeah. So Cyan says Crazy Schaefer. Okay, so I'm gonna make some little eye stalks right now. We're not using the eye stalks for the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're not using the eye stalks for the eyes. We're actually using it for the arm. So I'm basically just chaining 7 and then single crocheting 2 together, skipping the first chain, and then for the rest of the chains down, 4 chains down, we're gonna slip stitch 4. So this is how I'm making our little arms that we're gonna, you know, I say sew on, I really mean attach. So we're gonna attach these to the body later on. And it's easier just to make them now before we get started on the body, so that way we don't have to cut the yarn and, you know, redo it and stuff like that. So that, I think that's pretty good, right? Yeah, okay. And then we get to the end here, I'm gonna chain 1, we'll cut the yarn, and we're gonna make 2 of these. Boom. Okay, so let me repeat how I did that just for anybody that is like wanting to make this, because this isn't in the actual original pattern, because we're kind of doing, we're customizing a little bit right now. So that's to make an eye stalk or an arm, sorry, not an eye stalk, to make an arm or an antenna. It could be used in either way. It's chain 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then I skip the first chain, and in the next 2 chains we're going to single crochet 2 together. So I go into the first one right here, pull a loop through, go into the second chain right here, pull a second loop through, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops for single crochet 2 together. And then I'm going to slip stitch down the next 4 chains to finish up the eye stalk there. Maybe we can move this yarn as well. I keep calling this an eye stalk. It's not an eye stalk. It's like an antenna, tentacle, arm thingamabob. There we go. All right, so those will be our little arms. And then we'll chain 1 at the end. Cut the yarn. You don't need a very long end because we're just going to use this for attaching, and just pull it through. Okay, so there's our little arms. See? And we can probably sew them on like this so that they can kind of go in the same direction up or something. I don't know. We'll see how we're using these once we get to that part. The eye stalk itself we're going to add later on after we make some of the body. But let's get started on the body in just a second. Let's see what votes or choices we have for the color of the UFO. Looks like we've got, where's the cow? Here, there's a cow. Yes, the cow is, hold on. I was just playing with the cow last night. There it is. Here's the cow. Looks like this. The cow is actually a customized Bonimal. You know what? Someone was asking about the cow the other day. They emailed me about the cow. Is that person in the chat right now? I don't know. I don't know if that person's in the chat. If you are in the chat and you are the person that emailed me about the cow, I can use this opportunity to tell you more about it. But if you're not here, I will just email you back. But there is a little cow, and he's got little magnets in the butt and the head. So I actually think there's a magnet in this guy too. Oh no, there's not. Well, we'll mess with magnets today, for sure. Okay, let's go ahead and start crocheting the body. I don't think we have enough choices for colors. Oh, Patricia is in the chat. Hey, Patricia, thank you for being here. You were the one that asked about the cow. Okay, cool. I will help you out with cow questions. Yes, the little cow gets beamed up by the aliens. It does. Maybe we'll make the cow today so that I can actually show you how to do it. There's a lot of color changes in it. It's a very strange pattern. So I don't know if I ever actually wrote down where the color changes were, but there's actually other options that you can do instead of color changes too. Okay, so the color for the UFO too, someone said orange, and I do like the orange idea. Someone said cyan. I do like that one. Bright pink is fun. That's what Nodia said in the portrait chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the body, by the way, for this alien, I'm just using the regular pattern on the site, but I'm skipping the ears. So we're not making ears for this little one because we're customizing it a bit. So I'm just single crocheting 6 into a magic loop. So that's the only real difference of the written instructions for right now. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so yeah, cow questions. Yes, you made it exactly correct, Patricia. So the way that the cow was made, here, let me get it on screen again for you. So this is the cow here. I'll put it right here at the bottom so you can kind of see it a little bit closer while I explain what I did for the cow. The cow was essentially the pig Bonimal pattern, almost exactly, except there's color change. I added some color changes. So one of the ears is black instead of white, and then I just did color changes in the body so that I could make them like these. I made 2 black spots, one on the side here and one on the back, and then 3, and then one on the front right here, and then one of the legs was also black. The other customization is I made an udder using a mini bauble that was made in between the legs. But yeah, we'll see if I can kind of explain that today. Oh, and then the last customization was I did little horns using basically the same patterns as the ears, but in white. But yeah, hopefully we'll have enough time today, and I'll make one on today's stream and kind of explain what I'm doing as I go for you, Patricia. Yeah, sorry I haven't emailed you back. It's been a heck of a week. I don't know how y'all's week's been, but our week has been crazy. I'm going on a trip next week to Kentucky. Kentucky? I ain't never been to Kentucky before, but I'm going out to Kentucky for a board game convention called Gamma, which I'm pretty excited about. So yeah, I've never done really a convention by my lonesome before, so I'm a little nervous about it, to be completely honest, but I am excited. The goal is to try to find distribution and manufacturing for some board games, because we got some projects in the work, and I want help with Lava Run. By the way, that was round 3 of the body there. Now, the other thing about this main pattern is that the rounds 4 through 7 of the normal pattern have color changes in it because you make the eyes. But like you make like a little spot for the eye, but we're not going to be doing that in today's pattern because we're going to do the eye differently. So instead, I'm just going to single crochet for these rounds. But yeah, so I'm leaving on Sunday for a big convention. So this week has all been working on a project that I have to keep secret for a little bit longer, but only a little bit longer. It's only going to be a little bit longer. If you've been joining the live streams for the past, I don't know, really few months, even longer, you'll know that I have had a project in the works for quite a long time that I have been working on in behind the scenes. And it's getting very, very cool. Honestly, I've been putting so much effort and time and stuff into it. I really, really think you're going to love it. But I'm not allowed to talk about it because it's one of the first times that I'm working on a project with some other entity that is not myself. So it's very exciting. I'm very, very, very excited about it. But because I'm working with some other entity, I can't really talk about things until we agree that it's okay to talk about. So for now, it's going to be a mystery, but I guarantee you're going to love the mystery. It has been long awaited on this channel, so you probably will be able to guess what the project is. But I will say, even if you guess what the project is, I guarantee you've never seen something like this before. So it's very unique. It's very individual. I'm so excited to share it. Yeah. And some people in the chat actually do know. They've been helping test out part of what this project is, but it's not the whole project. It's kind of a multifaceted project. And I know I'm being very cryptic right now, but I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. I'm so excited to share it. You could tell I'm not good at like keeping secrets about things that I've been working on. So I'm very excited to share it so that I don't have to keep a secret anymore. Because I just want to share it really, really bad. It's like all I've been thinking about and working on for the past, like, I don't know, 5-6 months at least. So it's been really hard to keep everything a secret. But I'm super excited. Super duper excited. In addition to that, we've been working on some other new patterns for the site. So we've got, you know what, I don't have to keep this one as secret. The dinos are coming back, baby. So we're working on some new dinosaurs and stuff like that. So I will keep a secret on what that means exactly, but I just to let you know, we got projects in the works and I'm excited to share them. Okay, I'm not going to go much further right now on the body because we're going to add some pieces on first. So the first thing that I want to add is we want to add the eye stalk. So let's go ahead and get started on that. So I'm going to place this to the side for a second. And let's get a pipe cleaner. Oh, you know what? And let's actually vote on the color of the... Actually, yeah, let's do that first. Let's vote on the color of the UFO. UFO main color option. So I like the orange. I think orange works really well with the purple too. So that looks good. I love the pink, obviously. Someone said pink. What were the other color choices that people said? Yellow? Okay, yeah, we could try yellow. And then someone else said... Yeah, okay, so we got a couple yellows. Oh, and cyan. Okay, sure. Let's go with it. Yellow and, yeah, Melinda thinks cyan. I agree. I think cyan's a fun option. Okay, so those are the 4 color choices that we're going to choose off of... Oh, Kaylin, we're going to talk about your back in a second because that sucks. I'm sorry that your back hurts. So we're going to choose between those 4 options. Again, that's pink, cyan. Here, let's get them on the background real quick. Orange. There we go. Cyan. And pink. And then yellow was the other one. You know what? I don't actually have yellow out here. Here's a little ball of yellow. So yellow as the 4th. So yellow, pink, cyan, or orange. Go ahead and vote now in the chat for that. In the chat for that. And then while you're voting on that, let's make an eye stalk. We're definitely going to need a pipe cleaner for this. I'm going to use a pipe cleaner to create our eye stalk that we're going to add a little white eye to. Let's go like this. I'm just going to place this to the side for right now. And let's get our white yarn here. I'm just going to make a really easy eye. Easy eye. An easy eye. Alright. For our eye stalk, here's what I think we're going to do. I'm just going to do a magic loop for the eye. And then we're just going to make a really tiny, like, not that tiny, but a small sphere. So I'm going to start by single crocheting 6 times into the magic loop. And we're using our glow-in-the-dark yarn, which will be a fun little addition. Not necessary, but a little extra, a little fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I'm doing 6 single crochets into the magic loop to start. And let's see, how big do we want the eye? I think a little bigger than that. So we're going to go up to 9 stitches now. I think that makes sense. So to do that, we're going to do a single crochet into our first stitch right here. And we're going to work around this tail as we go. So we'll do 1 single crochet in the first and then an increase in the next. And we'll repeat that 3 times around, which will take us from 6 to 9 stitches. So look at me teaching you how I'm making things as I go. Wow. Roar. Hopefully this isn't too big of an eye stalk. I do think like a bigger eye is kind of cuter than a tinier eye. So I don't really mind that it's too big. There we go. So that's 9 stitches around. Yeah, that's not too big. Yeah, that's definitely not too big. All right, so next round, round 3 of this eye, we're gonna do just 6 single crochets. So 1 single crochet into every stitch around for 6 stitches total. Pretty standard. Pretty standard stuff here. So Kaylin, you hurt your back. Man, that sucks. I have hurt my back many times, and it is never fun to hurt your back. It is debilitating. Just hard. It makes life harder, especially with a kiddo. The new baby. Can't hold your baby. Oh, I hope you feel better soon, Kaylin. Seriously, that's hard. Okay, so there's, I think, a good size. Do we want to make it longer than that, though? Or do we want to pull it in now? Because we got one more round to close it up. And then just sew it closed. Yeah, I don't think it needs to be like too much bigger than that. So let's go ahead and now we're going to decrease down. We're going to do 1 single crochet into our first stitch. And then we'll do an invisible decrease in the next. And then we'll just repeat that 3 times like we did for our first round there. And that way it'll like close it up. And then we'll add our safety eye in this and stuff. So 1 single, 1 decrease, 3 times around. Pretty standard stuff. Just to close it, get it back down to 6 stitches. Hopefully it'll still be big enough for us to get the eye, safety eye in there. I don't know. I might be kind of like making it a little small right now, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. All right, so there's our last decrease, and I don't think I really want to make it. Yeah, I don't think I really want to change anything else other than that. So let's go ahead. I'm going to cut the yarn, pull that through, and before we sew it closed, we want to add a safety eye in there. Now the size of the safety eye, I'm going to make an executive decision here. So normally I'd make this a vote, but we already have a vote going, and I think there's only so many options we really have. So let's try this size. Is that too small? That's too small. Let's go bigger than that. This size? That's also pretty small. Let's try this size. What's this one? It's a really big backing for it, though. You know what? Put this down. And there's also like these weird things. I actually don't really like these eyes as much because they kind of look creepy to me. So we're not going to use that. Hold on, I have other eyes. My eyes, my special eyes. These ones might work actually, but I also have other. Where are they? Oh, they're right next to me. I'm such a goober sometimes. All right, let's try these ones. I don't know what size eye these are, but I feel like this is a good size, right? Looking on the body. Yeah, that's like kind of the perfect size. I mean, we could go bigger. We'll try the bigger one and just see how that looks. I have a feeling these are going to be too big though. I'm not sure what size they are, but here, we'll throw it in there and see what it looks like. It's kind of hard to even get it in there. That's actually not bad also. Yeah, let's go with these bigger ones. They're kind of cute. Yeah, I like it. Okay, so we're gonna go with these bigger eye. I don't know what size these are. I'm gonna guess maybe 15 millimeter, maybe 14 millimeter rather. I'm not, but honestly, I'm like totally not sure. I probably should write it down somewhere, but. What's good, dude? You didn't know about this live stream? Well, if you join the email lists, you will definitely get notified. And also hit the little bell icon, bruh. All right, so we're gonna lock this in. Nice. It wasn't too small of an opening because I kind of like shimmy the... Wait, this is annoying though. Just rip this plastic off. Okay, and then I think I'm gonna need to, here, use this needle. That's pretty good. Okay. Yeah, I think I like that for the size of the eye. It does kind of like pull it in a little bit, but not that bad. I like it. All right, let's go ahead and I'll stuff these little ends of the... We'll start by stuffing the ends of this, what's this called? The tail end here back in. And then I'll add just a little bit of extra stuffing before we sew this eye closed. And then we'll add the stock on top of it. A little bit of stuffing, not too much. That should be fine. Sometimes I like to do this where I like roll it up into a little ball first to make it kind of more dense of stuffing. Toss it in there. Okay. All right, and then the last thing I want to do for this eyeball itself is sew this all closed. I just want to make sure everything is like really in there. Nice. Okay, so we're just going to sew this closed. And I'll just do it the classic way. Front loops of all the stitches and then pull it closed. All right. So we got our eyeball made. And then we just need to add our eye stock. Which honestly, that's gonna be really easy. I have a whole strategy. Pull that tight. Nice. Hide that end in. Oh my gosh, Jimbo just sneezed so loud in the other room. I hope he's all right. There we go. Very nice. Okay. Let's go ahead and try to like make sure that eye's in there as best we can. And we'll go cut this close. Now we have a glow in the dark eye. I know you can't really tell it's glow in the dark, but I'm telling you, it will glow in the dark. Which is super cool. All right, so we got the little eye part. Now we want to add a stock to this so that we can like make the eye kind of like move wherever we want it to be too, which will be kind of fun. But first, coffee. All right. Okay, so here's how I'm gonna do this part. We're gonna put these two ends. I'm gonna do it like this. We're gonna take the end of this pipe cleaner. Okay, let's move this yarn actually out of the way now that we know what colors we're maybe working with. But we'll keep our little prize for Tina out there. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I want to take this end and we're gonna go through 2 stitches at the very end here, like this. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. So like this, sometimes I like to do this where I use my needle to kind of like create some space for it. And then I'll take the end of my pipe cleaner And we're going to go through those two ends like that to where the center of this is. And we'll fold that center over. And then I'm going to wind it up. So I'm going to twist it together until we know how long we want this to be. We're still going to wrap this up in purple yarn. So it's going to get covered up. So we don't have to worry about it like looking kind of weird right now. We're going to fix a lot of that. The thing is though, now we want to know how long we want this eye stalk to be. So is that like too long, for example? I don't know. That's really long, but we also need to realize that we can kind of bend it like that, like Beckham. I kind of like that actually. I think this is a pretty good length. How long was that? It's like 1.5 inches maybe 2. Here, we'll pull it back just a little bit. Okay, now we're going to take these two ends and I'm going to go through 2 stitches at the very top of our piece too. So we're going to go like, I think I'm going to go through the middle and through like right here. Yeah, that makes the most sense to me. So middle and right there. That one's going to be harder to get into. So we'll use our needle to kind of create some space. And then I'm going to take one of these 2 ends through that side and then the other 2 ends through the very center. Poke it all the way through. There we go. Nice. And then what I'm going to do on the inside here is we're going to twist these 2 ends together. This will lock the eye stalk in place. Nice. Okay, we'll cut these ends. I usually don't like to use scissors for this, but I'm going to break my rule because I want to and I can. All right, there it is locked in. Now I want to kind of like add some oomph to this so that it's thicker and it matches the actual body as well. So that's why we're going to use this extra thread. Pull that out. And this is actually way easier than well, I don't know. Maybe it sounds easy too, but it really is easy. We thread it on our needle. Yoink. And then I'm going to go through one of the stitches that we came out of. We'll just start with out the center. And we're going to pull it almost, yeah, this is way too long of an end, but that's all right. So we're just going to pull it through there. And now I'm going to start wrapping around our pipe cleaner. And what I'm going to do first is we're going to try to get it as wrapped up as I can. So we're really going to like try to cover as much of the purple as possible so that when we work our way back down, it'll give us the chance to kind of add some thickness to the eye stalk. So we're trying to cover as much of that pipe cleaner as I can right now. It's looking pretty good already. This does like make it look smaller at first, but then, oopsies, these 2 ends are tangling together, but that's fine. And then at the end, we'll go back down the eye, and it'll give us our opportunity to kind of thicken this up so that it looks just a little bit better. All right. So when we get to the top here, this is going to be our opportunity to kind of like give the eye stalk to go kind of like up the side of the eye too. So it's got like a bit of a, I don't know, connection point. See how it's like I'm kind of like trying to go over some of the eye too. So I'm gonna do now, I think it's pretty good. I'm gonna take this end, I'm gonna go through one side of the eye and then out the other. I might even go out like down here to help kind of like lock this in. Yeah, that's pretty good. So just kind of like lock it in a little bit and then maybe wrap a little bit more. And then I want to start wrapping my way back. You know what, let's go. Is that too much? Just don't want it to come undone. You know what, let's go up it just a little bit more. And then we're gonna do that one more time. We're gonna go back in and then out low, like that. I just don't want any of this coming undone. Pretty good. Okay, now we're gonna go back down the eye. So we're gonna work our way back down, and this is our opportunity to kind of give more thickness to the eye stalk itself. Okay. Nice. I think that's actually a pretty nice look there. Look at this all getting wound up. We'll fix that in a little bit. This is one of the cleanest like pipe cleaner windings that I've ever done too. So look how clean that is. It's like it was made to be. Then at the bottom here, we're gonna do the same thing as we did at the top of the eye stalk, where it's got like a little bit of a thicker base. So we're gonna go around it a few extra times right at the base. That's probably pretty good. And we're going to go into a different stitch than we started, so we're not going down through the very center. We're going to go through off the side of it, and that way we can double knot it to our original end that is now wound up, but that's okay. Pull that through. Nice. And then this end here that got wound around our working yarn, cut that and unwind this. Hold on. We're just gonna hold this up. Let it unwind itself. Just make our life a little bit easier. There we go. Okay. I don't know where that came from. All right, so we already got this back on the inside. Now we're gonna take these two tail ends here and just double knot them on the inside. And it'll keep that, all that yarn should stay in place then. 1 and 2. Boom. Cut that close. All right, so there's our eye stalk, and now we can kind of bend it. I like the idea of bending it back first and then in, so that's closer to the head itself. Kind of like that. Hey, that's not bad, right? I think that's pretty good. That's pretty awesome, actually. I love it. What do you guys think? That's looking, I mean, it's looking alien, right? I think I like it. Hey, Frederick, how you doing? All right, Sam, have a good one. Thanks for joining. Hey, if you haven't yet, make sure to like this video down below. If this video gets 125 likes, we'll do a giveaway next live stream, by the way. Okay, so there's our eye stalk, and there's our little alien. Now, we want a mouth. Now, what was the mouth that we had before for this? Oh, I drew a little fat mouth, a little chubby mouth. I kind of like the chubby mouth idea. I don't know. What do you guys think? Chubby mouth? I think let's try it. Let's try to keep the idea of the chubby mouth going, and then we'll, if we don't like that, we can kind of customize it. And let's see. Do I have some just regular black yarn? Yeah. Okay. So I just have this strand of black yarn here, so I'll just split that. I don't want the mouth to be like too much, so we're just gonna use half of a strand of yarn for the thread of the mouth. All right. Okay, so for a chubby mouth, let's see, we want it to be pretty high up on the face, so like maybe from here to there. So I have like a way that I usually like to do this. So maybe from there to there and there to there. Okay, so we're gonna start by coming out through halfway through this stitch. Now embroidery is always a little bit tough for me to kind of explain what I'm doing, but I can do my best. I'm going halfway through that stitch and then working my way down a stitch like that, and this will create a little horizontal bar. And then I'm going to do the same exact thing on the opposite side over here. And the idea there is it's going to create two little horizontal bars, kind of like I'll do a little angled like that. See, so it makes these two bars. It might be a little big, but I don't know. We'll see. So that's going to be like the cheeks, right? And then we're going to have a little strand of yarn that's going between those cheeks. That'll make him look nice and chubby. So I'm going to come out through right next to that strand, like that. One second. I want to get through the middle of this, so like as close as I can to this second bar, like that. See? Boom. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go around that bar from the outside, which will pull it in more. And then we'll go all the way across to the other one, and then back into the body, close to that. And we'll see how this looks. If we don't like it, we can try different options. It won't ruin our piece. So if I pull this in, I don't know. That's not really doing it for me. What do you guys think? I mean, it's not bad necessarily. It's just not, it's not really what I was feeling. Let's try something different. We're gonna undo that. 1, 2, and 3. All right. So the next option I want to try is maybe like the little, like a cat mouth, where it's like ooh, you know. or we could. Someone said tusks. Ain't a terrible idea. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm always open to thoughts. Here, let's see what it looks like with that little like kind of. Here, wait. Sorry, one second. Let's try what it looks like with like that little rounded kind of cat face. So it's kind of like, you know, it'll be like a little bit of a smile like that, but the center will be in. Yeah, let's try it. So for that way, I like to do a horizontal bar first. It's actually kind of tough to do. Horizontal bar. In. Okay, so horizontal out from the corner, and then we pull that horizontal bar in different ways. So first we pull it out to the side like this, which makes a little pointy angle. I'm saying this out loud more for me to remember how I did it. Yeah, so like that, and then we're gonna pull it in the other direction for another pointy angle. So it makes kind of like a square. Over here, and then up here. You know what, let's do the up part first. We'll start here. Okay. Up, around this side, in, and out through. We'll do the corner right here so it's more angled. That in, and then this side we're going to pull out from this. Okay, and let's see how that looks. Boom. Pull that end a little tighter. One moment. I do want this to be tightened. on the inside like that. So like that. Right? I think that's actually really cute. It looks very alien, but it's still adorable. What do you think? Kind of looks like a mustache, but that's not a bad thing. How do you feel? I think it looks pretty good, actually. I like it looks kind of, I don't know, it just feels more alien to me. Yeah, we're gonna keep this. We're gonna keep it. I kind of am feeling not like adding tusks. Oh, I hope that's okay. Let's double knot it there. 1. Kaylin likes it. And 2. And then we'll cut it close. Yeah. I think that's kind of perfect, actually. All right, we're going to keep that. Next, we want to add 2 little arms to the side. So like this. Right? Or like down. What do you think? Down? Sideways? Or up? I kind of think up. So he's kind of like, hey! Right? And we can always angle it. You know, we can always kind of like change how it goes a little bit, but only to a degree. Like it'll be pretty angled up if we do it to on the sides. They kind of look like ears too. Actually, they kind of look definitely like ears. The idea was it was an arm. Okay, Jazzy says up. Oh, Kaylin says up too. We're gonna go with up. I like up too. They kind of look like ears too, but I kind of love it. I like the idea of us not knowing too. You know, it's an alien. It's a fun idea for us to be like, those arms are ears. We don't know. Why would we know? All right, so we're gonna do the bottom part here, and we'll try to keep them as similarly spaced from each other. Bruh thinks we should go lower. Lower would be down to here. So that's low, that's higher up. I kind of think, I don't know. What do you guys think? Bruh says lower, and no one is arguing with that. This would be lower. Let's see. You know, you think that that's not a very significant change, but it could be pretty drastic. Let's see. That would be a lower on the body location. And then we could do the other side in a similar way. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. So the other side will be like this. And then you guys are saying 1 up, 1 down. So that would be like that. I like 1 up, 1 down actually too, because then it looks like he'll look like he's actually driving the spaceship, which will be fun. Like he's got 1 arm on the spaceship, the other arm waving high. I like that. Let's do it. Okay, you convinced me, bruh. So I'm just gonna pull these in enough so the knots get pulled in the inside, and then double knot them together. One, 2. Cut that close. All right, so there's 1 arm. And then for the other arm, we're gonna make it go facing downwards, like over here. We'll try to keep them similarly separated. So that was from this 1, 2, 3 stitches over. So that'll be right there. And then we'd have 1 up like that. Yeah, cool. I might even be able to make it like angled downwards and inwards towards his belly. So that way it kind of looks like he's more holding onto the steering wheel of the ship, even though we don't have a steering wheel. and one down here. Thread it in, thread it in. Okay, let's see how that looks. Like that. I haven't double knotted it yet, so it'll get pulled in a little bit more, but I think that's pretty good. I like it. Yeah? All right, cool. We're going with it. Pull the knots in enough. Okay. All right. There's the arms. That's pretty cute. That's looking great. I'm liking it. All right, so next up we got to make the rest of the body here before we get started on the UFO itself. So that was rounds 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that right? Let me see, wait. Yeah, okay, so just one more round and then we can kind of make the body, or like the legs is the wrong word, like the tentacles, the bottom of the body. I don't really know what to call it. You'll see what I mean. Just a bunch of single crochets though. Pretty easy. All right. And the way I do the tentacles, not tentacles, but bottom part of the body thingy-mabobbers. Yeah. Nice. Okay, yeah, that is pretty good shape. Pretty good length, I think. So when he gets in the UFO, he'll be about like that. He'll be about like that far up. What kind of yarn are you using? Thanks for asking, Petra. Petra Parker, I like that. I don't know if that's actually your name or if it's a Peter Parker thing. I actually might have already asked you that in a stream before. But I like your name regardless, Petra. Our neighbor was named Petra, actually. Is named Petra. We are using worsted weight cotton yarn, and the brand is Club Crochet Amigurumi cotton yarn. This is our special brand of yarn. It's not available for purchase individually yet. It's only available in our kits, but we are changing that very soon. So this will be available for purchase like pretty soon. Okay. Okay. Now we're gonna work in the front loops only. I'll do a single crochet and then half double and a slip stitch like that. And then I'm just gonna do that all the way around. So this makes kind of like this wavy, weird bottom. And while it does, first off, just make a really cute little like base for your piece, it also is great because it helps our alien hold into their spaceship. Half and a slip. What color did you guys choose for the UFO, by the way? Did we choose? I don't know if we've chosen the vote yet. That is in fact your name. That's awesome, dude. Wow, you're this universe's Peter Parker. He can't drive because the steering wheel would be too big. So my week was pretty fun. Yesterday I went to Disneyland. I went to Disneyland with Jules, and it was my niece's birthday. She's only 4 years old, and it was her first time to Disneyland, and it was so fun. It was my first time going to Disneyland with like a child, and I have to say, 10 out of 10 would go again. Loved it. It was so much fun. Pretty good. And then we're just going to close this up for our last bits. But yeah, it was really fun. I loved it. Disneyland's fun and all, but geez, is it more fun with a little kid? Because they're like, wow! They're so excited about everything. They are back at Disneyland today again, but we were like, one day is good for us. I mean, we live relatively close too. So it wasn't like we had to like fly in for it or drive really, really far. But that was a lot of fun. And then the rest of my week's just been getting ready for my trip and finishing this project that is due by the end of the week. There we go. All right. Now we're gonna stuff a little bit here. We don't need to get too crazy with the stuffing. So I'll start with some extra threads there to get us started at the top of him. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then the bottom we'll do some regular stuffing. Oh, you know what? I have this extra thread too. We'll just do this, all this stuff. Guts are just yarn threads and bips and bops. Pretty good. Nice. Okay. You got a little chunkier, but I like it. Nice. All right. Last part is going to be just the last round to sew it closed, and then we'll move on to the UFO. This one I think I'm just going to do a sharp decrease, which is basically like a slip stitch two together. Normally I do an invisible decrease for every stitch, but we really want this to be a very flat bottom, and we're never going to see the bottom of this alien anyhow, so it's probably best that we just really flatten it best we can. I'll expose their secret identity. Petra's. Sorry. I'm so sorry, Petra. Dr. Octopus will find you. 1, 2. Alright, last one. Nice. Okay, and we'll add just a little tiny bit of stuffing in the bottom to fill in the bits, like the edges, before I sew it closed. And then let's get working on the UFO. UFO should be pretty straightforward. I don't think we're going to customize the UFO too much other than the color. I mean, I'm open to like adding lights or something on the side, but I don't really want to change the pattern itself, just to make it a little... I just don't want to complicate things too much. We've already kind of changed this pattern pretty significantly. But I'm open to customization. Let's get this fiber out of the way. Cosmo. Ooh, okay, wait. Yes, we need name suggestions. Thank you so much for giving that name suggestion already. Because we definitely are going to need name suggestions. So, name suggestions. We'll go ahead and do a... I'll do a Q&A for the name suggestions so that it's easier for me to like keep them in one place. So 1 second. I'm going to close this up. Shoop. Hide the end. Bloop. Bloop could be a good name. Pull it tight. Cut that close. And we'll tuck that little knot in there. And va-va-voom. We got our little alien that needs a name now. Looking great though. Look, he'll sit up perfect. right? There he is from all of his beautiful angles. Gorgeous. What a gorgeous boy. I love him. Pretty good. You want me to say 9? Oh, no, you want to say Nina. Sorry, my eyeballs are bad. Hi, Nina. How you doing? Headlights on the UFO. Hey, that could work, Marilise. Maybe we could do headlights that are very similar to the eyes. That could be a really fun way to customize it, but we're not like changing the pattern itself too much. I love that idea. Eduardo. That's a fun name suggestion. Okay, we're going to go ahead. Let me put him right here for a second. And let's go ahead and end the poll on what color for the UFO, which was chosen to be... End poll. Cyan! Do I have cyan? Or are we doing a new ball of cyan too? Oh, we got a lot of cyan. Cool. So we already have this yarn ready to rock and roll. Okay. I like the idea of headlights. So I think what we should do... So here's my idea. Here's my thought. We do... Here, let's do another drawing for this. I mean, it's not going to be too custom. You know, it's not going to be like that crazy. But my thought is we do... I'm going to draw it... I'll draw it without the alien in it first. So the top is just going to be white. Using that glow in the dark yarn. And then the UFO side, you know, we'll keep it kind of still the same shaping, but the bottom, because the body's gonna be cyan, we'll do these bottom lights and stuff yellow, which I think will look good with the cyan too. And then instead of like, we'll do these eyes, the same thing that we did with this eye stalk, we'll do those like this, but with like yellow lights. So he's got kind of like headlights that are eyes. I mean, we could even possibly do a little secondary face on the UFO itself. I don't know. We'll think about that, the mouth part, later. But I do like the idea of eye stalk headlamps. I think that's a really fun idea. And it like, you know, it's something we've already kind of done, so it's not too crazy. All right, let's put our purple yarn away because we don't need that anymore. Orange could work too. Well, let's start by making the top of the UFO. So we're gonna need our white yarn for this, which I threw on the ground. Of course I did. All right, starting with the UFO part. I'm gonna put this guy off a little bit to the side there. All right, so the main part of this UFO, by the way, is gonna be, oh, I'm sorry, I meant to put a Q&A too. The main part of the UFO is gonna be the same as normal. Ooh, a jetpack on the back? Kaylin, I'm liking that idea too. Oopsies, not a Q&A. Or sorry, not a poll. We want a Q&A. Name our alien. Okay, so give name suggestions in the chat. There is a Q&A option now that you can go to. If you go to that Q&A, you can actually suggest names there. And if you suggest a name on that Q&A, there we go. If you suggest a name on the Q&A, you'll get, that's where I'm going to pull from later. So just so you know. All right, we're catching up on the chat there. Okay, so we're just going to continue the UFO part as normal. I didn't want to put magnets in the main alien, but we probably will do magnets on the UFO itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I just remembered we wanted to do a cow if possible. Hello, who's Nancy? Hey Nancy, how you doing? Alright, so we're going to increase this up. And again, this part, I'm not going to be explaining how I'm making this part because this is exactly as it's written in the instructions of on the website. So again, this pattern is free now, so it'll be free until for this weekend only, and then I'll make it not so free anymore. So if you want to have access to it, either you want a Club Crochet membership or you can just access it on the website at clubcrochet.com/UFO. I think will take you directly to it. There should be a link in the description as well, and at the top of the chat. All right, so we're increasing up now to 15. Yeah, pretty easy here. I'm very excited because tonight we are we're gonna watch the season finale of Traders. We've been really enjoying this season of Traders, and then after that we're also going to be watching. We're probably gonna watch the first episode of Survivor tonight too. We're in a Survivor League now, which is like what's it called? Like fantasy football, but for Survivor. I've never done it before. I haven't watched Survivor in a while, so I don't know how it's gonna go, but I'm excited. I used to watch Survivor a lot when I was a kid with my dad and brother, but I haven't really watched it in a while, so yeah, it's gonna be interesting. 1, 2. Okay, so this will be the end of that round. And 6. Okay. There's the start of our top of our UFO. Yarny! That's not a bad name suggestion. By the way, you can put the name in the chat and someone will throw it into the Q&A if they want to. And then if not, we can throw it into you can put it in the Q&A yourself, or you can throw it in the chat and then we'll put it into to the Q&A. Someone will put it into the Q&A for you. Yeah, dude, I'm very excited about the fantasy league for Survivor. It's not only do you guess who's gonna win the game and stuff like that, but you also guess like little weird questions every week. So it's like, who had the first testimonial? Who said the name of the episode? Things like that, and you get like extra points based on if you get those answers right as well. It's fun. You can trade trade players and stuff, and yeah, it should be fun. I'm excited because I got some like really some of the characters. I keep calling people characters. Some of the players that I really wanted in the draft, so I'm excited about that. I've never really been a fantasy football guy. I never really watched football. I mean, I've watched it, of course, but not really a football guy. I don't know if you can tell. Is it the glasses or the fact that I watch too many Lord of the Rings lore videos that clued you in that I'm not a football guy? All right, we're changing now to the cyan color. But I'm kind of like, I'm gonna do a half color changes here so that it has like a really clean border when we change to our main color. So this one's gonna be a little frustrating to make, but it'll look more clean at the end because of it. Except for that first little end of yarn, I don't know why that happened, so we'll have to fix that later. Yeah, I really like the idea of the eye stalk headlights. I think it'll kind of like, it'll give some continuity between the alien and the spaceship too, you know? How's your guys' week been, by the way? What have you guys been up to? Anybody shout out what you have been, what was the last thing that you made? Because it's been a couple weeks now. I don't think we didn't do a live stream last week. So shout out. It doesn't have to be crochet. It can be anything. But give a shout out real quick for your most recent project that you've made. Whether that's a painting or a crochet or a spreadsheet that you made on QuickBooks. Always trying to encourage creativity or makers in general. So, what have you been working on? That yarn stuffed in there. Oh, Melinda's been making bumblebees. Love that. Love a bumblebee. Hey, yes, and then after this live stream, by the way, we're going to do that exact thing, Patricia. So we will throw this on the site in our community submission. So I'm going to submit this to the website. You know, I should start doing that in the newsletter. I'll put like some recent community submissions now. I'll start doing that more often. I think it'd be a lot of fun. All right, so now I'm going to close it up. This. There we go. And then in the same stitch to start. Nice. Alright, and that's going to be the end of using white, I think, today. Because the bottom we're going to use yellow. But I just wanted white for the top of our spaceship. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Kaylin's been crocheting a large egg and then embroidering it for Easter. Oh, I love that. That's fun. Okay, 1 and 2 stitches and then an increase. Got it. Okay. I don't want to mess that up. Yes. Oh my gosh, Linda, I saw that. Dude, okay, so Linda sent me an email this week about someone that stole our pattern and put it onto their website without asking, of course. It is also not a free pattern. So someone bought the pattern from me and then stole it and put it on their website as a free pattern. And the big issue here, Linda, this is the biggest issue, is that the person that's doing that has done it before, and we've already sent cease and desists to them, and they've never done anything about it. They've just completely ignored us. So we've sent them cease and desists. They've done this before. And their website is trash too. It's like just filled to the brim with pop-ups and stuff. So I'm gonna have my lawyers actually reach out to them, because that's not cool. And we're not the only ones. They've been stealing patterns from so many other creators. It is like crazy. Their entire website is just stolen patterns. And they're not stopping. And I can't even find out who the actual owner of the website is, because the name that it's under is a fake name. So it's like, cool. I can't do anything about this. I can't take this website down. I can't even reach out to the person to let them like pursue legal action. So I'm kind of like, what am I supposed to do about this? So I'm going to try my best to do more like cease and desist or something. And then if I can't, I don't know, I guess I'll just put them on blast on the internet or something. I really don't know. The website's Crochet 2. Like crochet and then TO. But again, like I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So yeah, crochetto.com. I believe .com is the website that is just stealing not only our patterns, but tons of other crocheters. Tons. And it's really not cool. They also are on Instagram, but they haven't posted on Instagram in like a year, because we started putting on blast. Not only us, a lot of other users were starting to like call them out on Instagram, so they just stopped posting. I believe their name is Emily something. I don't know, but we're definitely gonna do my best to go after them because it's really not cool, and it's consistent, and we've already sent them cease and desists. So I think we have honestly, here's the situation with crocheters. This happens so often to crocheters in general, and there's been little to no legal ramifications for people doing this. So at this point, it's like I want to take legal action, and I want to let other crocheters know that also have been victims of this person, that they can join in on this, on whatever legal action I'm taking, because I can't. It's not cool. It's just not cool. And I have a lawyer, so it's like. And everything's copywritten and trademarked, so I have the proof. Alright, so that's pretty good right there. I'm liking how that's coming out. Coming together. Let's keep going though. Dude, it's all the time. It's not even just this person. It's like, there's so many people that do this on the internet. Like, people do this on Instagram all the time. They'll take my patterns, or anybody's patterns, do screenshots of the patterns, and then post it as a picture on Instagram. And it's like, it's up to me to find that. It's up to me to call that out on Instagram. It's up to me to reach out to Instagram to ask them to remove it. And then Instagram will probably not even do anything for it because it's benefiting them. Same thing on Amazon. Amazon's even worse because people will steal patterns and then sell them in a book. Like a book. I'll show you one right now, actually. So this is a great example of it, because this happens all the time on Amazon too. So this was one I bought on Amazon just because I wanted to prove that this happens all the time. So this is like a guide to crocheting. This is not available on Amazon anymore because we went through the work to get it removed. It's literally, there's no name attached to it at all. This author, blah, 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 dedicated to yada, yada. Every single design in this is stolen. Every one of them. And here's ours. Here's the most frustrating part about people stealing patterns, too. Let me find our pattern, because it was the Triceratops. This one. Here's the most frustrating part, is they steal it, and it's just straight up copy-pasted, and they even have the time codes. Because I keep the time codes on the patterns, so that you can track like where you're at in the design on the website. They didn't even remove that. They just copy pasted it and hit publish. So this happens every single day. Every day on Amazon. A new person. They're usually people in China that have they don't get any legal ramifications out there for stealing designs like that. And Amazon doesn't do anything to stop it, because why would they? Because they're making money off of it. And so again, it's up to me to find them, formally request them to remove it. No one will do anything about it for months. They'll still make hundreds and hundreds of dollars off of stolen property. And then Amazon might eventually remove it. Maybe. Which is why I can't... This is why I tell people, like, I can't keep... especially the written instructions for patterns, I don't want to put them up online for free. I very rarely like to put written instructions on the internet for free because people just steal them. And it sucks because I want to put free patterns online, which is why I do the video tutorials, because people won't steal the video tutorials. They won't go through the video tutorial and write the pattern down and then post that on their website. If anything, they'll post the video itself, but then I'll get the credit for the video because people will watch the video. But if I put the written instructions on our website for free, and if I don't even have like a login to access the pattern, then people will just rip them off, copy paste, and sell it. Oopsies, I missed an increase. Yeah, I did. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, oopsies. Gotta undo that round. I got too upset talking about people stealing things. But yeah, if you want to do something about it, if you want to help out at all, with this specifically with crochet2.com, call them out, find an email on their website and email them and tell them, like, we've seen that you've been stealing patterns, stop, take them down. Call them out on Instagram, let other people know that this website is stealing people's patterns. And it's happening all the time. But it's like, again, what am I supposed to do? I don't have a contact to let them know that the name on the website is fake. So it's like, what am I supposed to do? Sorry, I'm getting so heated up about this. I need to change subjects. Yeah, let me know if you ever find the patterns on another site. Please let me know. 4 and then last increase. Okay, so that's the end of round 9 there. So this is the top of our UFO. Slip stitch here. We're probably going to add those little stalks like somewhere here on the outsides, but I'm not really sure exactly where just yet. So for now, we're just going to cut this. I'm going to leave a long end because we're going to use this for sewing together, and just pull it all the way through. Okay. I'm also going to hide this end, just make it a little bit cleaner of a border. Like that. Boom. Okay. There's the top of our UFO. Now let's start working on the bottom. And the bottom we're going to use yellow for to start it, because we're going to do a, it's going to be like yellow with the yellow lights and stuff. And then that way it'll kind of work with this purple as well. Yeah, let's start here. So it's just the first round that's all yellow, and then after that we'll change to cyan. Three, 5. Not gonna finish that stitch. We need cyan here. And change colors. There we go. It was a hard start there, but I got it working now. Okay. What are we making? Right now we're making the bottom of the UFO. I think you were talking to me, I'm not sure. How do I learn to crochet? Melinda, great question. I suggest, if you would like to learn to crochet, Melinda, check out clubcrochet.com. That's where I have all my tutorials. I have a video tutorial for every single pattern on the website, and there's a whole bunch of patterns that are actually designed to teach you how to crochet. So if you've never made anything before, we can get you started. If you want a very slow, segmented tutorial series, try Crocheting 101, which you can find at crocheting101.com. That's a series that I made like a while back, and we're actually kind of fixing it up this year. And in the past, or how it works basically is it's a 10 chapter series. The chapters are really short. They're only like 2-3 minute videos, but they'll go through everything that you need to know about crocheting. And then in between each chapter is a project. And for that project, you're going to use what you learned from those chapters to get slowly and slowly better at crocheting. You learn new stitches, and then you use those stitches to make an actual project. If you want to just jump straight into crocheting and you don't want to take it slow, you just want to kind of go for it, well, I have options for that as well. The option, probably some of my favorite ones to get you started with crocheting will probably be like the pet rock pattern on our YouTube channel. There's also written instructions on our website for that. That's a really good one to get started on because it's basically just making a ball. There's also we just recently came out with a seal pattern that was totally designed for complete beginners. There's a whale pattern that's designed for complete beginners. If you just go to clubcrochet.com and search beginner, you probably will find a good pattern that way as well. Chat, what else? What else can we tell? What else can we tell to Melinda? Oh, I'm sorry. You were asking how I learned to crochet. Well, I can answer that question as well. I learned to crochet in high school. I learned a single crochet on the internet, on some random YouTube video. It was a really bad video, honestly. It was not very well explained. But I learned how to do the single crochet there, which is the stitch that I'm currently using all the time, and I use it like all the time. Once I learned the single crochet though, I kind of didn't learn anything else on the internet. I didn't really learn any other stitches online. I made it up as I went after that. So once I learned the single crochet, I was like, I wonder what would happen if I yarn over my crochet hook before I go into a stitch and then I do a single crochet. What did that look like? Well, it turned out that was a half double crochet. Did the same thing with, and I just kept like reinventing stitches that I just never heard about because I just learned the basic on the internet and I didn't know what I was doing. So I didn't have names for the stitches. I was just kind of making them as I go. Well, that kind of led to me creating these random weird stitches and weird ways to crochet that I still to this day haven't seen before. And so eventually people asked me to make the crochet patterns. They were like, hey, can you teach me how you made this beanie or whatever? And I was like, crochet patterns, okay. Yes, I can figure out how to do that. And so I started writing them down, but I had such a hard time writing patterns down because I didn't know the names of any of the stitches. So I had to like go backwards and learn what the stitches I was making were named. Most of them, of course, had names, you know, like the half double crochet, double crochet. But some of the stitches I was making, they didn't have names. There was like the spiked bobble stitch, for example, or like mini picot. I couldn't figure out what to call that stitch. So I realized that I need to do video tutorials because that was an easier way for me to explain it rather than to like write down the stitch name. So in addition to making the written patterns, I would make the video tutorials as well, which got me into YouTube, and then, you know, it's all downhill from there. There's so many different things that happened after that. I did stop motion videos for a long time. I did just like a lot of videos that were just fun. Fun things that utilized crochet, but they weren't really crochet patterns and tutorials exactly. They're more just fun things that utilized crochet but weren't tutorials for crochet. And after a while of doing those, my audience on YouTube got really weird. Because some people were subscribing because they were crocheters and they wanted to learn how to crochet, while other people just liked what I was making and they had no interest in actually crocheting. They just wanted to, you know what, I'm supposed to do mini bobbles, not bumps. Let me go back. Anyhow, that's when I started Club Crochet. Because I was like, you know what, I need to split this up. I need a channel that is specifically about learning to crochet, which is where Club Crochet got started. And Crocheting 101 was made, and now I've been crocheting now for almost 20 years. I think this is my 20th year of crocheting. And I've been teaching how to crochet for like 18 years. So it was pretty much really shortly after learning how to crochet that I decided to start teaching how to crochet. Just because it was like, I wanted to. My mom's a teacher, and it was always, I don't know, I like the idea of teaching how I make things, and it brings me so much joy when someone completes a pattern with something that I designed. It's like, what? That's awesome. It's just so cool when someone actually makes something that you designed. So, yeah. Hey, Morkun, how are you doing? We are making a UFO and an alien today. So we're currently working on a UFO, and this is our alien that's going to sit into the UFO that we're naming. So if you have a name suggestion for our alien, go ahead and throw it in the chat. And we are taking suggestions, and then I'm going to put a vote out eventually where you'll be able to vote on what you want to name the alien, and we'll all choose it together. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that. Two and 3. Boom. Nice. Look at that. Look at that. Those are the little lights on the bottom. So some of the things we should do, someone said we should do orange headlights rather than yellow headlights. What do you guys think? Let's see. I can't do a vote while we have the Q&A going, and I need the Q&A to take name suggestions. So instead of doing a vote, I'm just going to ask chat directly. So comment right now. Do you think we should have an orange headlights or yellow headlights? I'm honestly open to either. I think either one would look really good. And they're going to be like eye stalks, just like our main character here. But this will be the yellow or orange color. And then this will be cyan. And then we're going to have that's coming right out the top of this. So that the ship itself has almost eye stalks as well. Okay, Morikun says yellow would be better and more low key. I feel that for sure. And then Tatiana says orange. Okay. Bruh says yellow, yellow, yellow. Orange doesn't make sense, says bruh. Nutty Giraffe says yellow. Okay, so it looks like a majority of people are saying yellow right now. Oh, Just Pink Candy, thank you for asking, actually. I was thinking about those patterns yesterday. Just Pink Candy asks, what about the bucket and the shovel and the beach umbrella? Are those coming out soon? The bucket and shovel are... actually, I probably can whip those patterns out really soon. The umbrella I want to work on ASAP. So yes, the answer is yes, I'm going to be working on those and adding those to the site soon. We just wanted to get the crab pattern out first. So the crab pattern's new. I don't know if you've seen it on the site, but looks like this fella. Hold on. This is our newest crab pattern that just came out. Hello, hello. And he's got like actual claws that you can open and close. So this is the new pattern for members. Got cute little feet too. And then the one that I'm going to be coming out with next week, that I really wanted to come out with it this week, but I couldn't edit the video in time. But we're going to be releasing next week. Hold on, let me find the little ones. I don't know where I put them. Oh, here. Yeah, he fell. Wait. Where's the one with the white bottom? Huh. Okay, I don't know where he is, but they're these little itty bitty crabs that we designed on our last live stream. So these little itsy bitsy crabs is going to be on the site ASAP. I actually customized them even further than this, but I can't find the one that I made that's like really custom, where the bottom of them is white to match the regular crabs. And so I recorded the video tutorial, and I need to edit everything together and throw it on the website. So this pattern is going to also be on the site really soon. But then after that, we'll be working on umbrellas and the little bucket. We also need to work on a bunch of new dinos that are going to be added to the site soon. So those are kind of like the order of operations, the patterns that are going to be coming out soonish. So keep a lookout. Bunch of new patterns coming to the site soon. And then I gotta get my butt working on bugs. I want to make bugs. All right, so that's gonna be our last yellow stitch right there. Cut that close. Don't need yellow anymore, except for maybe the headlight. But we're making that choice live. There we go. And then, boom. All right. It's looking pretty good. Look at the mess on the inside, but that won't matter. Okay. Back to it. Yes, the umbrella, and it looks like this. Here, I'll show you what it looks like. I really like the umbrella. It's actually the one that I'm more proud of. So it's kind of like, it's like a granny square shape, but amigurumi for the actual umbrella part. So yeah, I'm working on this. It'll come out. I promise I'll make it. I think it needs a little bit of work because that was just like the prototype version. Melinda says no roaches. I wasn't planning on doing roaches, so I don't think you have to worry about them as much. I do want to make spiders, but Jules doesn't want me to make spiders. Jules has arachnophobia, pretty bad actually. So she's like, no spiders, please. I'm like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe we'll do ticks with long legs. All right, 1, 2, and then we're gonna increase this part up. 3. All right, so once we have this part done, by the way, we still need name suggestions. So go ahead and throw your name suggestions into the Q&A or into the chat, and someone will put it into the Q&A for you. By the way, speaking of that someone, shout out. We don't have Zoe, unfortunately, who's our other moderator today, but we do have Cooper, and Cooper is a super duper. So thank you for being here, Coop. Cooper is our moderator today and is helping out a bunch all across the website. If you, for example, there's a community submission thing on the website now where you can submit a picture of your finished crochet, and if you do, there we go. I messed that stitch up a little bit, so I had to fix it up. If you do submit a picture on the website, it gets approved by admins first, which are me and Cooper. So Cooper is the one that goes through and makes sure that no one's sending in pictures that we don't really like, or duplicates or something like that. And then they get added to the website under a pattern, so that way you can see actual finished projects that people have made using patterns on the website. And what's really cool about the submitted community submissions too, which I don't think people really know this, I mean, I do talk about it on the live stream, so probably live stream people know this, but I don't think other people know this. If you do, if you submit 5 pictures, I think it's 5, you get a free untangle credit on the website, which lets you get another pattern. So it's kind of like the more you crochet, the more patterns you actually get. Olga, we are making a UFO and alien. Here's our little alien. This is the bottom of our UFO. There's the top. We're about to attach everything together. And we're going to make an eye stalk. We're going to make eye stalks for the actual body of the UFO as well. We might add a little mouth, but I don't know about that. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up with a slip stitch, just like that. And we need a long tail end for this one, because this is going to be used for sewing our pieces together. Boom. And we'll pull that through. Hide the ends. And then begin the process. The sewing together process. We probably want to add the eye stalks soon, but I think we can get the sewing started. And then we'll stop sewing halfway through to add our eye stalks in to the UFO itself. I think we chose yellow, right? For the headlights. I think we chose yellow. All right, so these go together like that, right? We will add magnets eventually to this as well. But we're gonna get this halfway sewn together before I start to, before we finish it up. The reason we only want to get halfway done, it's because once we got the front sewn together, that's when we're gonna add the eye stalks, and then I want to add magnets before it's all the way sewn closed. So that's why we're only gonna get halfway through, and then we'll stop for a second. Okay, so I want these to be lined up. So these 2 stitches are gonna get lined up like that, and we're gonna work around. Let's work around from left to right. Okay, and I'm gonna come out through this first one, and we're just gonna use the back loops. Yeah, we're gonna use the back loops. I could do both loops, but this makes it kind of look like it's got a border to it, so we're just gonna use the back loops of all the stitches like this. So go through that back loop first, and then we'll go through this back loop here, that, and that's gonna get us started. We could probably crochet it together too. Probably be easier, to be completely honest, but we're gonna sew it together because I already started. So we're going like this, like that. We're just gonna keep doing this all the way around, but halfway through we're gonna stop for a second to add our eye stalks. And again, name suggestions for the aliens. Get that in ASAP. Once I finish our eye stalks, we're going to vote for the name suggestions. So you got probably about, I don't know, I would say maybe 10-ish minutes before we choose 4 name suggestions to start voting on. And the name suggestion is going to be for the alien itself. So if you throw a name suggestion in, what would you name our alien? It could be anything. It could be Blorp. It could be Kevin. It could be Samantha. Any name suggestion that you want for our little alien. Go ahead and throw it in the chat or throw it in the Q&A. Q&A would be a little bit easier for us to work with, but you can throw it in the chat as well, and someone will put it in the Q&A for you. So name our alien. And again, if you haven't yet, like this video down below. We're looking to get 125 likes today, and if we can get 125 likes, we're gonna do a giveaway next live stream, probably for like a kit maybe, or a gift card on the website, so you can use it for anything that you want. Maybe a membership. In the future, I want to. We're trying to build a system so that if you join live streams, you get like an untangle credit for like every few live streams that you join, kind of thing. We were trying to create like an achievement system on the site. We just haven't had the bandwidth, to be completely honest, or the funds. So if you want to help support this channel, create a membership or support with a tip. That's the kind of thing that any kind of support of purchasing kits or supporting with memberships or tipping the live stream, all support that goes to this channel goes into making Club Crochet better. So it goes towards paying website developers to build new features like achievements on the site. So we wanted to build like a bunch of achievements. So like, you know, you finish certain patterns and you get achievements. You join enough live streams, you get achievements. And then when you get achievements, you get stickers. And then you can use those stickers on your account. We had a bunch of ideas for achievements. But then we had other things that we wanted to work on instead. And honestly, we didn't have the money to work on both things at the same time. So we kind of needed to pick and choose. But if you want to make those kind of things happen faster, if you want some new features, or you think this community is really cool and you want us to do community submissions more, or whatever, support this channel. This channel is completely supported by its community. So if you like what's happening, support goes a long way. All right. I think we're about halfway done there. Maybe a little bit further so that we have our... Because we just want the front of this to be sewn together first before we add our eye stalk thingies. And of course, we still need to crochet them. But it's actually not that much to crochet. But you see how that makes like this really cool border? Doesn't that look cool? I know it looks really flat right now, but we're going to stuff it. So it won't be that flat when we have it finished. Enzo. I like the name Enzo. That's a great name suggestion. Flamingo bird. Oh, you've submitted the flamingo and the hummingbird, but it didn't say that you had any patterns completed. Ooh, it might need to be approved. You don't say, it doesn't say patterns completed until the pattern has been approved. So it goes through the system of an admin, and the reason we do that is so people can't like abuse the system, you know. So it needs to be approved by Cooper or myself first, and then once it gets approved, it gets added to your list. Okay, I think this is good for the sewing closed part. We're gonna come back to this a little bit, but now I want to take a break because I still want to be able to reach into our piece to add our headlights. So we're gonna take this out for a second. Come back to it in just a bit. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm gonna start crocheting the headlamps. We decided we wanted yellow. We're gonna do it the exact same way that we did our eye stalks, so pretty simple. What I mean is the eye stalks for our alien itself. So it's really easy. This is just 8 or 6 single crochets up, increase to 9, then a single crochet in each stitch, and then decrease back down to 6. So it's pretty easy. We're gonna make 2 of these. We don't need to add actual eyeballs into the eye stalks or into the headlights. So we can just sew it closed. Nice and easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And again, get your names in now. ASAP. Get your name suggestions in there. 3, 4, 5, 6. Two and 3. 3. Nice. Yes. This is gonna look so fun. I think this is really cool because it's really gonna look, you know, like our alien itself, which is gonna be a nice little, you know, continuity thing. So it'll be like that, and then we're gonna connect it in with those pipe cleaners. Hey, cool! Oh my gosh! Yes, yes, Patricia. Oh my gosh, thank you for saying that. Yeah, in the spacecraft kit, it actually comes with strings of lights. And we use those, I used those originally for this actually. I'll show you. So this is what you actually make in the crochet kit for the spacecraft kit. I'll get another great way to support this channel is you can get our kit. So this was in the spacecraft kit. It makes a bunch of things, but this is like one of the big projects. Is it comes with wire and a bunch of stuffing and stuff, so you can make this, and it comes with little lights. Hold on, there it is. The switch for the light is over here. So it comes with little lights so that you can actually, where is it? Right here. Let's hope it's not out of batteries. Hold on. There we go. Can you see it light up? You can kind of see it here. Watch. So it lights up, and it makes it the rocket. It's like a lamp. It looks really dark here, but it's actually it's not dark. Super cool little addition. And then, or you can use the little lights. They're like twinkly lights, so you can also use them for adding. What are they called? Let me turn the light off so that it doesn't run out of batteries. Because I've been using this now for like a year and a half, 2 years. So lights have actually, the batteries lasted for a long time. But that's in our spacecrafts kit. So if you are interested in supporting this channel, that spacecrafts kit makes these aliens, makes the UFOs, makes a sun, makes a bunch of stars. It makes, what else does it make, guys? A robot. And an astronaut. Oh my gosh, the astronaut is so cool too. Let me actually show you that too. That is a pattern. Here it is. So this was actually, and it makes a planet Earth also. This is actually a pattern collaboration with Amy, aka Curious Papaya, who designed this pattern for the kit. It's so cool. It's a really fun construction too. So highly suggested. How do you get the kits? They're available at clubcrochet.com, Melinda. Yeah, so you can just find it. Just clubcrochet.com should take you there. If you go to the shop on Club Crochet, that's like specifically where it is. And if you use the code HOOKED, HOOKED at checkout, you'll also get I think you'll get discounted shipping costs for your first kit. I think. I'm pretty sure that's like an ongoing system that we have. Or you'll get like a certain % off or something like that. But you can only use it once. All right. So there's our first headlamp. Cut that. This end here. We're gonna stuff it up a little bit too. And again, like if you think that this channel is very cool and you want to support this channel, it's fully like the only reason we exist is from the support of the community. So if you really like what's happening here and you want me to keep making stuff, please consider supporting. It really goes a long way. I can't stress enough, like, it's the only way we exist. There we go. All right. Okay, so there's one of our little headlamps, or at least the light of the headlamp. So this closed. Okay. So I need to make one more of these. Shoop. Okay. All right. There's a little headlamp. Make sure it's not too big. I think it's going to be it's going to be a little big, but I think it's going to look really cute. Let's do another one. Pluto. Pluto's a great name suggestion. I really like that name idea. New music. Okay. Boink. I like the name Boink, Emma. That's a great name suggestion too. We're getting some good names. It's gonna be hard to choose 4. So I'm gonna choose my 4 favorites for us to vote on. And I have to say, like, we got some good name ideas here. Aliens are fun to name though. Like, let's be honest. Hey, Emma's working on her volcano bag. Heck yeah, dude. Oh my gosh. I hope you love making it. 3, 4, 5, 6. For Lava Run? Love that. Yeah, I have to pack up Lava Run for this board game convention. My goal is, so I'm going to a board game convention next week, from Monday till, I don't know, Thursday or something. It's in Kentucky. Actually, Sunday to Thursday. And so we're not gonna, I probably won't be live streaming next week because I don't get back till late Thursday, so it's gonna be pretty exhausting for me. I don't think we're gonna be live streaming next week, but we will be live the week after that. And actually, Cooper, do you remember what we're live streaming the week after that? Here, I can probably look. Let me look. Oh no, you know what? We do have a live stream next week. So if we can, we're gonna do a Lava Run play. So we're gonna play Lava Run live. So next, I'm not gonna say I'm positive I'm gonna do this, but I'm pretty certain we're gonna do a Lava Run live stream. So the idea is gonna be that you can join in, and I'm gonna play Lava Run with the live stream. So you can choose where you're gonna go, and like, yeah, I'm excited actually for that. I want to start doing those way more often, so that we can like play the games that I've been designing more. So yeah, Lava Run live stream will be next week. So if you want to join in those live streams, by the way, you don't want to miss it when we come out with live streams, all you need to do is like this video down below so you can let YouTube know that you like the Club Crochet's channel. And then the other thing to do is subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. If you hit that little bell icon, you'll get notifications when we do our live streams. And so yeah, next week's going to be a live Lava Run Let's Play. So I'm excited. I don't know how I'm going to set it up just yet, but it'll be fun. It'll definitely be fun. Yeah. And if you want to support this channel by buying Lava Run, it also helps support this channel. You can find that at lavarungame.com, or just go to Club Crochet, and I have it like pretty much everywhere on Club Crochet right now. Yeah. So anyhow, this game convention I'm hoping I can find a distributor for Lava Run so we can start getting Lava Run in local game stores all across America. That's my goal. And not only America, I also want to find a and this is nice actually. I'm glad I'm saying these goals out loud so that so that you can remind me next week, hey, how'd it go? Did you do this? Did you do that? You know? But the other thing I want to do while we're out there is, I want to find a distributor, but B, I want to find language support. So I want to find there's a lot of publishing companies that'll be out there that'll take our game and they'll change it to French and Spanish and Japanese and stuff like that, and then publish it in those markets for us, which would be really cool because I obviously can't do that myself, and it'd just be really nice to have other language options for international supporters and stuff like that. Okay, so there's our second headlamp. And let's go ahead, we'll stuff this in there. By the way, if you ever have any questions for me directly, other than chatting on YouTube here or you know, putting comments, you can also reach out to me directly. My email, so anybody out there that wants to email me, it's louie@clubcrochet.com. That's LOUIE @clubcrochet.com. So yeah, if you ever have any questions or you want to share something that you made, for example, I think, was it you, Patricia? I think Patricia was sending us pictures of their finished rocket ship the other day. It was so cool. So I love it when people post pictures. I mean, you can also post pictures on on Instagram as well. We're at Club Crochet on Instagram, or you can tag me directly. I'm at Louis Loops on Instagram. Those are great ways to help to show me your finished projects and stuff like that. Or do a community submission. I'll show you how to do that at the end of today's live stream. Community submissions are not only a great way to get your picture in front of me, the designer's face, but also in front of the entire Club Crochet audience's face, and you get free patterns for completing patterns on the web for completing projects on the website too. Okay, so there's our second headlamp yellow part done. Now before I go and start like adding this to our ship and sewing everything closed and stuff, I think we should name our fella. You know what? We'll do one. I'll give you one last chance. If you have a name suggestion, put it in the chat. Put it in the Q&A section of the chat. This is your last opportunity as I go and make our eye stalks. All right. So I'm going to go like this. Wait. Into that side, out to that side. Right? Yeah. We're going to do that. Create a little bit of a gap. And then we're going to try to get this pipe cleaner right through there. So any name suggestions you got? Someone said Boink. Love the name Boink. Someone said Pluto. I like the name Pluto. I love the name Pluto actually. I think Pluto is just, I feel like Pluto's an underused name in general. Not just for aliens and stuff. All right, so we're gonna pull this through halfway. That. You know, like that. And I fold it in half. And then we're gonna, I don't know how long we want this to be, but we'll just start winding it around. And let's get this stuffing back in there. There we go. Okay. I like this. I like this music. Thank you for subscribing, Melinda. I appreciate you. Lazarus. I love that name. Is this long enough for our eye stalk? I think this is pretty good because that way we can like kind of wind it in like a weird way too. Yeah, I like that. So we're going to try to mimic this on the other side. So let's do it again. So through this side. What is Lazarus? Lazarus is a thing, isn't it? Isn't it like... I feel like Lazarus is a thing. Nice. Okay, get this down to the center. Okay. Nice. All right, we're gonna try to make this the same length as our first eye stalk too. Kokapoo? That's a good one too, Carolyn. Carolyn's got some good name suggestions actually. Yeah, I think you can post multiple. All right, let me see here. I think you can post multiple, but it only counts the first one that you post as your, like, towards your project punch card. There is the length of our little eyes. Okay, name suggestions. Let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and choose my 4 favorites. Let's see. Oh my gosh, there's so many good names. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I got to write these down. Love that. Love that. That's a good one too. Oh my gosh, there's so many good names. Hold on, hold on. Ooh, ooh. Okay, wait, hold on. Oh my gosh, this is so hard. There's so many good names. Hold on. Oh, and Flurple? Are you kidding me? These are so good. I want to choose so many of them. Okay, hold on, hold on. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're gonna do these 4. I'm not joking though, legit. These are some of the best name suggestions that we've gotten in a while. Very good choice. Very good job, everybody. We're gonna end the Q&A now though. And we're gonna throw this as a vote. The vote is gonna be on the horizontal live stream. So name our alien. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, name suggestions. Here we go. Vote now on their name. Our name choices are Enzo, Wimble, Mortimer, or Flurple. All pretty much amazing name suggestions. Oh, you're a little late there, Olga, but I do like Coppola as well. That's a good name suggestion too. And I like Lazarus also. I almost chose Lazarus in those 4. But I thought maybe something more simple would be better. I love all the name suggestions. So go ahead and vote now. And you have until the end of the stream to get your vote in. And then we will choose the name based on that. I think these need to go kind of on the outside. So if this is the back, I think we need them like over to the side. Like, you know, like one headlamp there and then one headlamp there. And then I can wind it over to be more in the front. So we're going to start with the one on more in the outside. So like this one. Okay. So one end here. And one end there. One end here. Nice. And one end here. This part's going to be a little hard because I usually do this when I've got like a little bit less zone closed and more access to the backs here, but I think we can make this work here. Hold on. Just don't want to accidentally get snagged on a thread. Nice. Okay. So from the inside here, we're going to do my best to pull these ends in. There we go. Nice. Okay, so these will go in all the way. Cool. It's a little long, right? But once we wind it around, it won't look that long, you know? So we'll keep it straight for now, though. And then we're just going to take these 2 ends and wind them on the inside to make sure it locks the headlamp eye stalk thingamabob in place. This. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cut these 2 ends. And this one. And then we'll just fold them out. Nice. All right, now do we want to add the yarn? Yeah, let's add the yarn first, and then we'll get the other one in place. Okay, so we need some cyan now. Okay. Don't need too much. This look cute. This is a cute little. You like my new hairdo? Pretty good. Pretty good. All right. Start on the
outside that. Yeah, like that. Okay. And we're just gonna do the same thing we did for the eye stalk. Start winding this up. Actually, I think this time I'm gonna try winding it this way instead of... Actually, you know what? I liked it the other way more. Hold on. Okay, so it's gonna get tangled, but that's all right. We'll fix it later. This one's definitely longer than the eye stalk, though. I kind of probably should have measured it based on the eye stalk, but whatever. It's really not the end of the world. All right. At the top here, I go around it a decent amount first. Then we go in, out on on the other side. I'll do it again. Get it up there. Pretty good. In, out somewhere down the bottom. Nice. Okay, now we're just gonna work this all the way back down to the base. It's a little bit messy up there. I mean, it's not that bad. I'm just being hard on myself. All right. I love how clean the wind is, though, because we're winding around, like we're using the actual piece itself to wind it. It's making it a little bit cleaner of a stalk. You know? Looks like an actual strand of yarn almost. Alright, and then once I get to the base here, we're going to wind a decent amount around the base to make the base bigger as well. Like that maybe. That's pretty good. Again. Nice. Cool. All right, so now I just need to double knot these two ends. Cool. Found them. Sometimes it's not that easy to find them. Cool. All right. I don't even know, well, we'll cut it just to make it cleaner, but we'll probably stuff it back up with these tail ends too. All right, so there's one headlamp, and now we want to do the other headlamp probably at a somewhat equal distance away. So if that was there, maybe like right here and here. Like one part there, one part here. Or here and here. Let's do here and here. So one part there, one part there. In and in. go. All right, and then we're just gonna do the same thing. Wind it on the inside, add the yarn, and then we just need to sew it closed, stuff it, and add or figure out what you guys named our alien, and call it. Until next week, where we play Lava Run. Ruin our scissors a little bit. Gonna have to sharpen these scissors soon. All right, and now one more wrap around with cyan and we'll be good. Ooh, I hope that was enough yarn. We'll find out. All right. Keep that tail in there. She's gonna move this eye stalk out of the way. Because we want to wind this up the same way we wound the first one up. Just so that it looks as similar as we can. What should the species of this alien be? Like, what's the creature's name? You know, like, we're humans. What is the kind of what kind of alien is this? You know? You know, like aliens or Alien from Alien vs. Predator, or Alien from Alien vs. Predator. Alien from the movie Aliens. It's funny that that's so silly to me. Are named like xenomorphs, for example. What are these aliens called? Google's blobs. Yeah, this should be enough yarn. We shouldn't have a problem here. How high up did that one go? Oh, okay, just a little bit more. That side. Lower. Nice. All right, almost done, guys. Oops. All right. Whew, starting to get a cramp on my hand. It's because I haven't eaten enough today. I need food. Nice. Look at how clean, look how perfectly spaced that is. Love it. There's some clean wind in there. That's what we in the biz call a clean wind. All right. Some extra winds around the base to make it a little bit bigger. Cool. Okay. Oh, we wanted to add a magnet. I did want to do a cow, but I just don't think I got it in me today. This has been a little longer than I was kind of hoping. So I'm sorry, Patricia. I don't think I'm going to get to the cow today. I hope that's okay. I'm really sorry. I'll do my best to explain things to you if you'd like to via email. I know I said I'd do the cow. I'm running low on energy. Should have eaten before. Okay. Love that. Love the headlamps. Okay, well, those are obviously, we're gonna change the direction of those a little bit, but they look pretty good right now. Okay, now we want to stuff it up a little bit. We don't want to get too crazy yet. Just like the parts of this that I can't really stuff later. So like getting onto all the edges first would be smart. I probably should use more stuffing. Oh, it's out of stuffing. Oh my gosh. It's time to get more stuffing. Flexipions? I love that, Timothy. Good names, or good like species suggestion. That's a good one. Flexipions? Flexopions. Flexopians. Flexopians? How do I say that? How would you suggest that is pronounced, Tim? Wow, look at me. Giving you a nickname already, Timothy. Okay. Let's sew this part closed. And then before we like fully sew it closed, I'll add some additional stuffing in there. But this part's gonna go down like this. Actually, we can kind of do that now. And our Flexopian is gonna sit right in there. And it looks like he's not gonna fit, but he'll fit. We'll make him fit. Okay. Oh, and then magnets. How do they work? There, and one out. There. Flexopians. I like it. Okay, let's do one more here, and then we'll add our stuffing, our last bits of stuffing. Do I need any more stuffing from that? Let's see. Let's get our little fella in his ship real quick. Make sure I don't need any more stuffing. He does kind of like barely fit in there, but it's kind of hilarious. All right, yeah, we don't need any more stuffing than that. Okay, magnets. We'll do a triple magnet situation. For optimal tractor beaming. That. I'm just gonna keep these here for now, just to like keep those magnets where I want them to be. Ah. Nice. All right, almost done. Thank you, Olga. Appreciate you. Will this come out right? Yeah, we'll come out right up here. That's what we're double knotting to. One, two. One, two. Last one. Through there. Up through this other tail end. Cool. Hey again. Last chance. Let's well, I might say it again one more time at the end, but if you like what you're watching here, please like this video down below and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you don't miss when we come out with new videos. And go check out more of our patterns at clubcrochet.com. We have a whole lot of them. Like, oh my gosh, so much. Alright, there's our double knot. And thank you guys so much for joining today. Obviously, I super duper appreciate it. I just love crocheting with y'all. So thanks for being here. Okay, let's actually let's add our fella in here. Well, what's his name? Okay, name. We are ending the vote. Oh, pretty solidly. Name is Flurple. Flurple, and it's an alliteration too. Flurple the Flexopian. Flurple the Flexopian. It's hard to say a little bit, but I love it. All right, so let's first off, let's change Flurple's ship real quick to be in sport mode, just like that. And then the eye stalks, I think we'll make the eye stalks kind of like this. So they kind of like wind their way around, you know? And then I'll try to do the same thing on this side. So it's like that, like that. Yeah, like that. I like that. Love it. Maybe the headlamp should be like a little lower, like that. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then to transition it to be a seat, you just push the top part inside like that, tuck it in, and then we throw this guy in here, we tuck him in like that. And then you twist, 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 squeeze, squeeze, twist. Hey, look at Flurple. Oh my gosh, he's beautiful. And it should be enough where, yeah, he does not come out. What a beaut, what a beaut. He's perfect. Look at Flurple. Oh my gosh, he's amazing. I love it. Wow. Wow, what a perfect little alien. And there's a little magnet in there, so should connect. Wait. Where'd our magnet go? Did it get, oh, it got pulled over in the wrong way. Hold on, we gotta reorientate that magnet. Come on, over here. There we go. Oops. Could be pulled upside down. Alright, so the cow does attach technically, but he's upside down. Oops. Oh well. I love him. We'll have to make another cow some other time. Wow, what a beautiful little guy. Here, maybe we'll put these down a little bit further to give Flurple a little bit more space in his ship. He looks like he's in like a hovercraft or like a little go-kart almost. Like now I want to make like a crocheted like Mario Kart with little spaceships. He's so cool. I love him. I love him. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys so much again for being here. Obviously, super ultra mega appreciate it. Oh, thank you, Cooper. Yes, and we want to submit it. Okay, so hold on. Hold on, I gotta get this little clip right here. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Okay, yes, let me show you how to submit this. We're gonna submit this to the website as its own pattern. Stop that recording. And we're gonna use my phone for this. Hold on. Okay. So, if you... Here, I'll turn my brightness up too. Oh, it's actually as high as it can go. All right, so I'll go to... I added actually Club Crochet on the homepage. So you go to the homepage, or you go to clubcrochet.com. We gotta log in, of course, because for some reason I always get myself logged out. Now, there we go. Okay, so we're logged in. Now, there's a few ways you can do this. I actually think we need to put something on the website so that when you view all submissions... Patricia finished it! Look at, there's Patricia's! That's so cool. Oh, dude! Patricia posted two of them. Cooper! There's Cooper's alien. That's so cool. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, so we need something on this page where I can hit, like, submit, but we don't have that yet, so I need to fix that. But for now, I'm going to search alien to find the UFO and aliens pattern. And then there's two ways to submit this on the site. You can either scroll down till this comes up. We call this the pattern palette. This is like all the little suggestions here, and you go to pictures and switch over to community, and you could submit it that way. Or a little bit easier than that, you scroll down to the bottom right here to community showcase and submit your photo. Created by Louise Loops, that's me. Project name, we got Flurple. How does Flexo PN, like that, right? Oh wait, I missed the X. Flexopian. Let me make sure I spelled that right from Tim's suggestion. Yeah, okay, we're good. Flurple the Flexopian. Okay. I'm cool with us using the picture publicly. We're going to take the picture ourselves here. And we'll hold them out like that. Let's see, I just want to get a good angle here. That's probably good. Here, wait, maybe we can sit them down like that, actually. No, we'll hold them out. Actually, you know what would be fun? Here, let's try this. We're going to throw in this and take this needle. Put it in there so he's floating. Yeah, nice. Okay, you can't really see that, but he is floating right now. Angle him right. And that way, in the picture, we can get him in the perfect angle. So like that. And nice, like that. Boom! Okay, so we're gonna use that picture. Use photo. Oops, sorry. Sorry, Flurple, I'm sorry. Okay, and upload. There we go, we submitted the picture. And now I bet you Cooper is probably super on it. So we're gonna go back to the home page by hitting the logo at the top. Does that not take us to the home page? Oh no, that does, okay, cool. Take us to the home page. We'll scroll down to Community Showcase and hit View All Submissions and see. There he is! There's Flurple! And there we go. And that's how you submit it on the website. And now, so just so you know, if I go to My Library, I go to Untangled Patterns. I think it's down here. No, wait. Manage Account? Is it there? I gotta remember where I put this. Yeah. So there you go. That's your project punch card. So I need 4 more patterns to complete. And then once I complete 4 more patterns, I'll get a credit. And so I already have 4 credits. And I've completed 6 patterns so far. So I can use my credits. So if I go to the library too, this is just super cool. So I go to the library, and I'll go to like, we'll go to the Amigurumi bat, for example. And you can untangle it. So that's what this button does. So you can hit untangle here. And you can use, I'll redeem one of my 4 credits And then I'll do this cute little animation. There we go. And now I own this pattern forever. It's permanent. I have permanent access to this Minigurumi bat pattern. We can download the PDFs. We can start the pattern. We can save it. We probably should save it already too. And now we'll always have access to this pattern for all time. And that's how untangle patterns work and how the credits work and stuff like that. So we'll do that again each time we come up with these patterns too. So, okay. All right, guys, that's enough. That's enough. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you guys had a wonderful time. Hope you enjoyed making this as much as I did. And I will see you next week for a live Lava Run play along. We're going to play a game of Lava Run together live on the stream. All right, guys, pasta la pizza, happy hooking, and I will see you next time. Bye! Oh my gosh, stop. You hang up first. No, you hang up. Oh my gosh, stop. You're making me blush, Tina. You hang up first. Okay, bye.